oh my gosh, I'm going to have to teach someone how to be an intake specialist without being with them in person. Oh no. Spiggle Law Firm is an employment law firm. So we're specifically plaintiff side, which means we only represent employees, not employers. So we represent people who have been fired or discriminated against or paid unfairly. Those are some of the cases that we take. I have been with the firm for over 2 years now. It will be 3 in February of next year. It was so haphazard. Like, it was just all over the place. Some of it was in writing, some of it was on Google Drive, and it was just nobody knew where anything was. We didn't have an employee handbook. We didn't have benefits. So like nobody knew anything. Like, okay, if I need to request the day off, what do I do? There was nothing written down anywhere that was like accessible for people. So it was kind of a mess. We were so used to when we had our knit tiny little firm of like 5, 6 people, we didn't have to really spot check anyone because it was kind of like, okay, well, we all trust each other. We all know that we're working. But as we got bigger and we bring on people, we can't just trust that that person's going to do their job. Like all of a sudden, 3 months later, we're getting all these complaints and it's like, okay, well, I guess something's wrong. Whereas if we had better systems in place, we would have known a lot sooner. We didn't know like how to structure our positions. And this is still kind of a work in progress, but knowing this hat exists for this position. So even if like there was a time where before I was the office manager, I was called like the legal services coordinator, which meant that I was wearing the hats for like 4 different positions that we knew eventually once we were able to hire was going to expand out into additional positions. So I think really it was just once we got busy being able to define those roles and being able to then design, okay, well, if somebody's in this role, what do they need to know? And
Right.
being able to document that and making sure they had that information. I think Trainual has made a huge difference with that. I don't recall ever being so on board for something because I was like, yes, finally, all of our policies and stuff will be in one spot. So I was very, very on board for moving to Trainual. And once everything was set up, it was just, I think it's just invaluable for training on new procedures, but also for if you just need to make sure that everyone's seen something because of the beautiful mark completed button. And I can pull the report and be like, well, 8 of you still haven't looked at this, so go do that. The accountability was the biggest thing for me when choosing Trainual, for sure. Having your policies and procedures so tight that if you had one guy in like a city 4 hours away, that you could hand him this and say, okay, start a new chapter of the business. And that is how, so that's what I think of when I think like business playbook. It's like everything. It's everything you do in one place. And it's so laid out and it's so clear that if you needed to start an entire branch of the company remotely, you could do so.